creation and banking tips. I'm back in the US at my creative desk. What a great place to be here in San Diego at my desk. While I was in India for the past 2 months, I had suggestions from bankers, why not create a Shreem Brzee program for banking. So here I am giving you some banking tips, and this is going to be useful for wealth creation and also wealth banking. There are 3 principles that I'm going to talk about for wealth creation. One is wealth is genetics as well as psychology. What do I mean by genetics? Genetics means you are born with wealth genes. You are born to wealthy parents. They have already plenty of money. So you are born with a silver spoon in the mouth, but most people are born with only plastic spoons or no spoon at all. So what can be done? So they can do a lot. The psychology plays an important role. You have a financial mind. So your psychology can change your genetics. If your genetics has gone wrong, you can depend on psychology. And that leads me to the second principle of wealth creation, which is every thought changes the brain. This is the most important discovery of our 21st century. Every thought that you think changes your brain. So you need a wealth thought, not a thought about stock market or real estate. They are essential, but they are secondary. What is the primary wealth thought? The primary wealth thought is the sound Shreem Brzee. Shreem Brzee is the sound and a thought that can change your mind, your mindset. If you have a limitation in your mind that not gives you the ability to think in terms of, let's say, millions, and in India it's crores, that limitation can be changed by the sound Shreem Brzee. It's quite mechanical. And this sound, as you know, was given to me by Vishwamitra, the emperor who turned into a rishi who wanted to give a great life to his citizens. And then he gave this technique to me. And so, Shreem Brzee is the sound that can change your mindset from limited mindset to an unlimited mindset. That is the second principle. The third principle is the equation time equals money. Everybody is paid for, in America, on an hourly basis. It ranges from anywhere from, say, $15 to $15,000 or even $50,000 an hour. It's all a mindset, and the mindset decides how much you are going to charge per hour. So Shreem Brzee can do that too. The time-money equation is a divine equation. It is not human. Why do we have to be paid for time? Because time is equals money. But time and money cannot be separated. So you have to understand the time, and Shreem Brzee can shrink time so that you can make the most money if you understand the principles of time. So that is also included in the Shreem Brzee course, the wealth course. So there are some products that will be available through the bank. How to avoid frequent withdrawal. These are the products from ATM machines. It's a time-based program. If you withdraw the money at the wrong time, the money will be spent quickly and also probably wasted too. So that it's a money-based program that you will understand. The second product is when to deposit the money and when to withdraw. Because if you deposit it in a wrong time, you will be withdrawing very quickly, or it will not produce the results that you wanted, because there are so many financial instruments. So that also is another program that will be available. And then withdrawing for commercial and personal projects. Why do you withdraw the money? There are the different timings that are available to withdraw timing. So that has to be followed. And creating a financial brain. So this is in combination with the bank, co-offered with the bank. You have to have some financial knowledge, which will, banks are already offering courses like that. But we will create the fundamentals. We will create the financial brain through Shreem Brzee. You may be wondering how Shreem Brzee is going to create a financial mind. A mind is a matter of sound waves and meaning. Now, I usually give the example of these three different sounds: pull, P-U-L-L, bull, B-U-L-L, and F-U-L-L, full. These are three words. And what is unique in these words is the first letter changes: pull, bull, and full. But the entire response of the mind to these sound are very different. Pull is different from bull, and bull is different from full. You can see how meaning changes with the sounds. So the Shreem Brzee author, who is Vishwamitra, knew how this sound can create a financial brain. So I have added some. Brzee was the sound given by Vishwamitra, where the Brzee plays the role of changing your karma and introducing the principle of Lakshmi. And then I have added Shreem myself to this to make it more powerful. The another product that we are going to introduce is Banking and Numerical Mathematical Astrology online. It's a software which, now most people are using software. So there will be an application that will be custom-made for each individual, which can work along with the bank software, so that you cannot go wrong in your withdrawal or your deposit. So it will be controlled by that. So that's great. Thanks for the technology that's available today. Then another technological product is lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming is a special way of dreaming to go into the subconscious mind and use Shreem Brzee so that you can develop a financial brain. I'm very happy to bring it to the banking world because it is the proper domain for me to make this Shreem Brzee available to people. And when I was in India, when I shared this with someone, he said, well, I shared with the chairman of a bank, and then he said he wanted to see you. And then, because of my schedule, that meeting did not take place. As soon as I go back to India by the end of the month, I will be very actively involved in giving the product to the banks, and it's going to be a great product, and I'm very happy that it's going to be disseminated through the financial institutions. God bless.